Greetings and welcome back to my channel. My name is Davana, your channel sovereign. Feel free to follow me on all my social media links. It is the holiday weekend, so I am here in my house trying to stay cozy and warm, so that's why I just have my flannel on. I definitely wanted to try to put out another video before we get to the preliminary and the live final reaction for Miss Universe 2019. Coming into this competition, I have discussed at length with you guys the strengths of the various competitors that are coming into the competition. If you watched my last video, we discussed some of my top picks and some of your top picks and the reason why we had them in the top. We always discuss the strengths of these competitors, but for this video, we're going to be talking about the weaknesses of the top competitors and how it may be possible to take some of them out of the competition. Before we get to that, however, I do want to address something. For my Miss Universe videos, I do my best to be as unbiased as I possibly can because it would not be fair if I allowed my personal feelings or my biases to seep into my commentary. And I know that I have people from all around the globe that watch the Miss Universe videos that I put out. It is not just the Philippines or the United States. I have Canadians here, I have Brazilians here, Argentinians here, Japanese people here, Indian people here. So in order to be fair to everybody who enjoys watching Miss Universe, it is my job to be completely honest and completely unbiased. So no matter what my personal feelings or affiliations may be, being that I'm an American citizen or that I'm a Black woman or any other thing, I do not allow my judgment to be clouded. Think of my videos as the ESPN network for pageants. The same way sports commentators treat competitors, football players, soccer players, basketball players, is the same way I'm going to treat these girls. So if I critique or criticize somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean I hate them or that I dislike them or I want to burn down their country. It just means I'm treating them as a competitor, and I'm a very competitive woman. I love competition. The whole purpose of the competition is that we are judging these women on every little aspect of their performance, their dress, their hair, their shoes, the way they walk, the way they talk. It is everything. So I treat this as if it is a sport. I'm saying this because some people really got mad at me when I was judging Miss Universe last year because I critiqued Catriona Gray, the current Miss Universe. Hello, I criticize everybody. I critique everybody because I'm not gonna play favorites. You guys can play favorites. You are more than welcome to play favorites on my channel and root for your queens, but it is not fun to come watch my videos if I'm biased. Could you imagine me every single year getting up here and saying Miss USA is the best thing ever and she's definitely gonna win? Or saying the Philippines is gonna beat you guys yet again. It just wouldn't be fun. So you guys can be biased, but I can't. So no matter how good a competitor is, and I know you guys think that the current Miss Philippines is the most amazing, phenomenal thing ever to grace this planet. Maybe she is, but does that mean I'm not gonna criticize her? No. I promise you, I am going to find something about that woman to criticize. I'm gonna find something. And if I can't find a single thing to criticize Miss Philippines on, I'm going to petition Miss Universe for genetic testing, because that woman is not human. As pageant fans, we do not get to hear the inner thoughts of the judges that are judging the competition. So the only people that we really get to hear from are people like me, and there aren't very many of people like me. So I'm going to do my best always to be fair. I view pageants as a sport and I critique them as if they are competitors. So once again, it doesn't mean I hate anybody, okay? So you guys can lay off. And I really think these girls are more than capable of taking judgment. Most of them have coaches that are constantly critiquing their performances. Most of them have been through at least 3 pageants because you have to win your regional and national title before you get to Miss Universe. So they're more than capable of taking judgment and criticism and not taking it to heart. I have met and spoken to and DM'd some of the girls that I have criticized, and they know I'm only judging you guys as competitors, not as human beings. Because honestly, if I didn't love all of you and completely adore you ladies, I wouldn't watch Miss Universe. Once again, it is no hard feelings. Legitimately, if I ever actually hurt a girl's feelings, let me know so I can take you to dinner. Honestly, I will totally take you to dinner because it is never my intention to hurt anybody's feelings. But this is Miss Universe. If you can't take the heat, get off the stage. Also, I want to give a special shout out to this person who probably thought I didn't see their comments. I'm telling you guys, every day I wake up, the first thing I do is check the comments. I always read every single comment. But I want to give a special shout out to this person because it was very, very big of them to comment this. They didn't even just DM me, they commented this and basically apologizing that they went really hard at me in my last live reaction video. I am not easily fazed. I am not easily hurt. It would be really hypocritical of me to be on YouTube and putting myself out there if I was not also able to take criticism or judgment or backlash. Honestly, people say mean things about me all the time, even if it's not warranted. Like, I've had racism come at me on my channel. You guys can go through the comments and you will find them, but I'm not easily fazed. So I hardly care what anybody has to say about me. Like, you're not gonna get to me. I really could care less. I'm fabulous regardless of what you think. But I just thought it was so sweet that this person put that comment, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, it was really sweet and really thoughtful, and I just, like, shout out to them. And I, no hard feelings. I totally understand. That was just, I read your comments and this comment touched me. So, okay, let's get to the purpose of this video. Let's start with Europe. You guys know that I have a bone to pick with Europe, but the top competitors that I'm seeing that are favorites in Europe is Ireland and France. European girls, as of this moment, I haven't been very happy with because Europe always gives me very beautiful girls, very gorgeous, just flawless, like ethereal looking women. But when they hit the stage, I'm always sad. Like, I'm always just, I feel catfished. For whatever reason, European girls just remind me of toddlers and tiaras. They always have their hands on their hips and their perfectly plastered smile, and they just like nod their head, and you don't see a dynamic performance, and it just really irks my nerves. I feel like if there was a strength for European girls, it would probably be Q&A, but as of right now, I feel like they're pretty easily defeated just because they do not have the fierceness and confidence that other competitors have. Ireland, however, is the anomaly. I was incredibly surprised about Ireland. I think we all were, because it's just like, where did she come from? Ireland performs like she's going to win. Ireland performs like she is a Miss Universe. However, European countries tend to be very inconsistent with their performances. So I don't know if her performance was just a fluke and her excitement just translated into a really, really good performance. I feel like Ireland doesn't have a top of the line coach. I feel like everything she put on that stage was just natural God-given talent, which if I was a competitor would terrify me. If she brings that to the Miss Universe stage, it's going to be a problem for everybody. Ireland's downfall may simply just be her training. I don't think she has a lot of training. Like I said, I feel like what she puts out is just her God-given natural ability. And if she keeps doing that, if Ireland keeps performing the way that she was and it wasn't a fluke, she is incredibly dangerous. Like, I wouldn't even pay attention to Thailand. I would say Ireland's the one to look out for, but because of the inconsistency, I really just don't know. Let's talk about the United States. Repping the United States is a gorgeous Black woman. Now, Miss USA's in general, their strength has always been interview and Q&A. You do not want to go up against a United States competitor when it comes to speaking. That is what they focus on, and they are incredibly good at it. And this woman that we have right now is impeccable. However, with that strength does come a weakness. Miss USA competitors, to me, do not shine as brightly as other countries do during the evening gown portion of competition. To me, Miss USA, I'm sorry, but to me, Miss USA competitors tend to kind of perform the same way the teen Miss USA competitors present themselves on stage. I do not get a lot of fierceness from them. I do not get a very dynamic performance all the time from Miss USA competitors. I'm so sorry. This is my country, but I'm unbiased, so I'm going to tell you the truth. And hopefully me putting it out there will help these girls do better, because I would love to see Miss USA win. I hope you guys take this and like do better. From Miss USA, I don't see that fierceness. I don't see that dynamic performance and the change of face and the eyes and the general excitement that I get from other competitors. Now, I will say this. I feel like Miss USA saw my last video. I feel like she did. Or somebody gave her criticism and she did the smart thing and took that criticism and improved her performance, because For the last 3 days, I've been watching my Instagram, and Miss USA is all over my Instagram giving me face, like looking into my soul as if she saw my video, and she's just like,
yeah, I heard what you said.
Like, I see you, Miss USA, okay? She is all over my Instagram doing this fabulous walk, flicking her hair and giving me face. So clearly somebody gave her criticism and she took it. Miss USA, please keep performing like that. Please, I love it. It's to die for. Don't lose that confidence. Let's head to South America. I love the Latinas, and they were ruling the planet for a while at one point. The Latinas have a lot of fierceness and confidence. When they rock the stage, they are so confident, they are so out there, they have charisma, they have personality. The worst thing you could do is face off with a Latina during swimsuit competition. These girls love swimsuit, these girls rock swimsuit, they focus a lot on their walk and their hips and their movement. They kill. From what I can see, the downfall for a lot of Latin competitors would be that confidence turning into arrogance, translating as cattiness. We've had some past competitors from Latin America who got in trouble simply because of attitude behaviors. Also, overconfidence can translate into your performance, which is something that judges do not want to see. You do not want to be walking on a runway as if you've actually won because you're too comfortable. And then you have someone who really wants it, who's hungry, who's giving all faces on the runway. That overconfidence can lead a competitor to losing the title to someone who's hungrier than they are. Also, that overconfidence can severely hurt competitors during Q&A, because I have seen some Latin competitors who refuse to use a translator even though they should have, and it ends up giving them a bad result during Q&A. Now let's get to Asia, because I know everybody is waiting for it, and yes, I'm going to spill the beans as much as I can. So in Asia this year, we have Miss Thailand and Miss Philippines, who is really leading the pack. They seem to be overall favorites for this year's competition, and I could understand if the other countries are completely daunted on how to take these girls out. But in the spirit of fairness, I'm definitely gonna help you try. So let's use the Philippines as the mock-up for Asian competitors, because they all seem to kind of perform the same way, though the Philippines does tend to be slightly better. So this goes for Philippines and Thailand. You would be completely foolish to think that you are going to take out the Philippines or Thailand during evening gown. I said it in my last video, especially for the Philippines, their standard for their evening gown performance is just unheard of. Like, I feel like they are so incredibly hard to beat, because they have just, at this point, Philippines sets the bar for an evening gown performance. Like, everybody else is just trying to rise to where the Philippines is. I don't know how they did it or how they overtook this one segment of competition, but they have mastered it. It's amazing. And I'm gonna let everybody in on some things that I've heard through the grapevine that I have been told by other sources, but reliable sources, that the Philippines has completely rallied around their current competitor. There are two factions in the Philippines, two groups that train all of the queens that come out of the Philippines, and typically they work separately. But for this one person, for this one time, for this one competition, those two rival factions have teamed up to create this mega monster doomsday-esque woman who is just bred to take everybody out. Like, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. Aces and queens got together with the other team and they formed a group, and they like genetically engineered a pageant queen killer that is Godzilla Gazini. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I just understand the magnitude of the situation, because those teams do not work with each other ever. They don't do that. And the Philippines desperately wants this back-to-back. Like, they are coming, and I'm doing my best to warn everybody. Like, red alert, red alarms. The Philippines is not playing games. So if you're scared and you're daunted and you're trying to take out Godzilla Gazini, I'm here to try to help you. Filipinas tend to be very, very well-rounded. There's not one definite weakness that they have when it comes to competition. However, there is one defining weakness that I have found occurs in all Filipina contestants, and it is this. Miss Philippines in every competition is incredibly well-trained, incredibly detailed in every aspect of her performance. But because of this, her performance can sometimes come off as artificial. She is constantly retraining and repracticing the same walking patterns, the same turns. She is completely and totally locked in to one walking pattern, one way of performing at all times. And she's mastered it. But because she's done it so many times, it can come off as artificial. It cannot have the same flair that other competitors have. Sometimes the Filipina competitors tend to overthink their performance, and everything to them has to be so perfect and so precise that it can come off as unnatural, and it doesn't have that same energy that you get from other girls. So if you really are trying to figure out if there's a way to beat the Philippines, if there is a weakness, there is. Filipina competitors are very weighed down by the amount of training they have to endure, to where they can't really be free and natural on the stage. They have to follow their training. They're also very weighed down by the expectations of their coaches and countries. They know that, especially Gazini, what the position she's being put in right now, she's being pushed to do the greatest thing, which is a back-to-back title. So she's being weighed down by the expectations of coaches, her countrymen, her supporters, to do the absolute best that she can. Apologies, my battery died, but we're cool. Let's keep going. I did see the comments about Miss India in my last video, and I did check up on her, and I do understand that she did not, the last time she performed was during Miss Grand. And can I just point out how awesome it was that I made that judgment about her, and I was like, this is a Miss Grand performance, and I had no idea that she actually was performing in Miss Grand. I got that one right. Like, thank you very much. And I did check up on her, and I have not seen her actually perform since her Miss Grand performance, but she is exuding the type of vibe that I can say is a serious contender and competitor. So I do actually expect her to do well. I will be uploading a video after prelims. It will not be a total reaction video because prelims is like 3 hours long and there's like over 100 girls. So I'm not gonna make you guys sit through a 2-hour long reaction video. That would just be ridiculous. But I am going to upload a video after preliminaries to see who we picked out for our top finalists. And of course, I will be doing an actual live reaction video for the finale on the 8th of December. I'm so excited. So prepare yourself and do not be crying in my comments when I pass judgment on your favorite queen, because everybody knows, if you watched my other videos, there's nothing I detest more than a whiner. Crybabies. I can't handle it. Miss Universe, the whole name of the game is judging and criticizing, because that's how we pick a winner. And like, if you can't take it, why are you a part of the pageant community? To be completely honest, learn something from the Miss Universe competitors, because they know how to take criticism in stride. Not only do they know how to take criticism, they thrive in it. They compete for it. That's why they're on stage. Seriously, I don't even like whining when it comes from my 6-year-old brother. Don't bring that to me, because I'm not going to be nice about it. I'm probably just gonna call you a crybaby, to be honest. If the Miss Universe and Miss USA girls can take my criticism and the criticism of the judges, actually sitting there and judging them in front of their faces and giving them scores, I think you can too. So do not sit there in my comments and fling your tears at me, because all I'm going to do is bathe in your sorrow. Okay, great. Also, I've been thinking about upgrading the channel name. I definitely want to keep the theme of all things pageant. When you get the opportunity to have a YouTube channel, I feel like when you have the opportunity to brand something and make it your own, it would be nice to be a little bit more creative than just having my name as the channel name. But I also want to keep the theme of pageants and royalty and queens, because I will forever till the day I die be a pageant lover and a pageant commentator, and I want that reflected in the channel name. So when you come back for the preliminary video, it is very plausible that there will be a channel name update. I kind of feel like I already know what it is. If you've been paying attention to my videos, you already know what it is too. Of course, I will always do pageant videos, and I will always do the Miss Universe live reaction, but I will be doing other videos that have to do with beauty and queens, and hair, makeup, shopping, nails. So if you want to stick around and hang out with me and talk about beauty and queens and all the fabulous things, feel free to become a permanent member of the court. The subscribe button is right over there. You can also contact me on my social media. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in 1 week where we begin the Miss Universe competition. Thanks for being here, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.